hi, welcome back to I'm not sharing the proper screen. There we go. I'm also not sharing it to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not sharing any screen.
Nobody gets to see the game except me.
That's not even a let's play. That's just a I play.
Yeah, that's what Nintendo wants.
Eh,
You paid for
now
that, actually. Well,
nowadays not as much.
I swear sometimes they still do stupid shit. But usually nowadays, if you get those weird claims from Nintendo videos, it's people doing music covers over popular Nintendo songs and auto-claiming you. It's like, yo, 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 this is my rap on the final Gary battle theme from Gen 1. What's that? You uploaded regular Gen 1? Fuck you.
There was like a really big issue. I don't know if it's still a thing where just like Undertale music in general would just get always like auto-claimed.
Yeah, and you know why? It's because people are doing their audio covers of it, not changing the music, and then claiming it if it like has the musical song in it. Not even the cover, just the song. That's really bad with specifically the Lance battle theme from Gen 2. So if you wanna play a Gen 2 game and you want to get the Lance battle theme or like the Red battle theme, oops. It's just like, it's really dumb. Anyway, Temple. Maya passed out right after we found her in the tomb, and she's not going to wake up for another 4 parts. And I don't mean like 4 episode parts, I mean 4 parts of the game. It's still like the last bit.
Right.
At least a full day. We're not getting her until at least after this trial date.
I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open.
She's been out cold ever since. We haven't even been able to get a word out of her. The doctor said it's just exhaustion, but I can't help but worry. What is it, Wright? Are you alright? Yeah, just thinking is all. I'm glad you're here, Edgeworth. We wouldn't have gotten the permissions we had without you. Well, I didn't come all the way out from Karain to be useless. Speaking of the investigation, I received a few things from Detective Sky.
And speaking of useless, over there you could see my daughter, Kay Faraday. Dead on the ground.
Edgeworth, are you okay? I don't see anybody.
The accident wasn't your fault, Edgeworth. The accident wasn't your fault, Edgeworth. Yes, I'm fine.
These should prove to be useful to us as well. And we got Inga's autopsy report. Ingo from the racetrack. The tomb diagram. And the crime photo. Oh, so we're just getting all of the shit that we got from Apollo.
Pretty much. Or at least the stuff that Phoenix needs.
Yeah. Can't thank you enough, Edgy. Honestly, Ed, I've been so lost without him these past few days.
And my whole life.
You there, the barbed-head lawyer, Phoenix Wright! Oh, wait, no, this is probably one of the guards. Huh?
Maybe.
Definitely one of the guards.
Yeah.
They extended their syllables.
Right.
You're from the Garan Royal Guard, right?
I sound like Rayfa for some reason.
I am Laki, Royal Guard member, and Her Eminence's shoulder rubber! That's keyword for... That's very specific. And what does the royal shoulder rubber want with me? Wait, come to think of it, my shoulders are a bit stiff. Don't be absurd! I'm here for one purpose only! I'm to bring you to Her Eminence, Queen Garan, Grand Priestess of Karain. Will you comply? The Queen, what could she want with me? And why does he have to shout like that? Can't fathom why Queen Garan would summon you. But I advise you to accept Her Eminence's gracious invitation. Real shoulder rubber Laki, was it?
Oh,
May I
lackey.
join
I
Mr.
get it.
Yeah, Lackey. May I join Mr. Wright in his audience with the Queen? The name's Laki! La apostrophe key! And all praise the omnipotent Queen Garan, for she has already foreseen and approved your request, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. You are both come with me!
I forgot about this guy.
You may say to Queen Garan sees our every move. Yes, indeed! Her Eminence's spiritual power is immense! She can even see what's going on thousands of miles away! Right. I want to die. Fear I'll lose my hearing next if we don't hurry. Yeah, me too. Why would the Queen herself summon me personally? What could she possibly be up to? I hope I get another comment like we got in like the first or like the second episode. It's like, never do that voice for Knightley again.
I won't. It's not. Someone was that. I forgot about. Someone actually like commented that, right?
Yeah. So you'd been here all this time. I wondered where you'd gone. Don't tell me you missed me, Edgeworth. As if the courts have been so peaceful without you around. You make it sound like I leave legal devastation in my wake. Well, don't you? Well, Wright, what do you intend to do now? I was thinking, I want to help Apollo win this case. Why don't we try to gather every information we can? You're quite the considerate boss. Well, I kind of forced him to take care of the office in my absence, so it's the least I can do. How about the idea of going to see the Queen, because we just got summoned by a country's ruler?
Show him your badge.
Ah, yes, of course.
This is like one of the few times that I'm like, wait, no, show them shit.
Still at it, I see. I guess borders mean little in the face of your incurable habit. Well, I heard you used to present evidence left and right during your investigations, too. Wink. That was a long time ago.
They acknowledged investigations, too.
Yeah, I know, right? But that also investigations 1.
No, they said investigations 2. That's what they just said.
Okay, alright. Besides, who'd you hear that from? Oh, I have my sources. Your dead colleague over there on the ground. Oh, well, tell me your source that I look forward to his next salary review. You fuckers, you're just gonna reference Gumshoe, but you're not gonna make him show- Where is he? Where is he?
I actually didn't do this dialogue. I didn't know what he was gonna say. That's hilarious.
It's ironic that the man tasked with upholding the law should end up breaking it. Well, it's not like we don't have our fair share of that back home. That is a thing of the past. The worst offenders have already been removed. Now that you mention it, wasn't Gaspin Payne expelled from the prosecutor's office? Yes, he was a particularly troublesome individual. I was shocked to see him resurface here in Kurin, and with considerable sway, no less. I just hope he doesn't end up making a mess of things here as well.
Oh, I was hoping that was just the badge quote. I didn't know it was just the everything quote. Oh, and that's the same. Okay.
Edgeworth is a man of very simple dialogue.
That's true.
Plays chess with his mind.
Phoenix is like, could we do checkers instead, please?
No. Phoenix is like the guy who doesn't know how to play chess, and Edgeworth's the guy who doesn't know how to play checkers. They're perfect for each other.
Look at the production value.
Ah, the barbed head lawyer has arrived. We bid you welcome.
Production value is never like one of the things I notice about the Phoenix Wright games, but it also doesn't really ever matter. So when stuff like this happens, it's nice. It's like, wow. Yeah. I guess we figured out where all the money's going. The fuck are these? They're like golden shark teeth? Or it's like it's probably like a lotus.
Petals. Yeah.
And you as well, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Thank you. This place is still as magnificent as last time. I'm glad you walked to us and not us to you. That'd have been real awkward.
We have heard much about you, Barbed One. It seems your bluffs and tomfoolery tend to leave our court devastated in their wake.
What the fuck did I just say, Phoenix? Is that what people have been saying about me? Right. Where are your manners? Your Eminence, I'm both humbled and delighted to be in your presence. Oh, Your Eminence, glad to be here. Looks like you're doing well.
It is all right. There is no need to keep your head bowed all day.
Looks like you're doing well. Haha, your husband died. Haha.
Guards, take him to the breeding hall.
Forgot the breeding hall was a thing. Yes, Your Eminence. Why are you a part of the guard, Hedgeworth?
I took over for Lucky.
He's taking his 30-minute government-mandated break. Rayfa's not looking too good. It's like her father died or something.
After she learned that her father, like, sucks.
Just a little bit. Just a little suck. I guess even she can't bounce back from her father's murder.
What is she, like 15 or something? It's ridiculous.
These characters are all handling it very normally. They must not like this guy very much. So what can I do for you, Your Eminence?
She's like, well, he poured bleach in my eyes, but he was still my father.
We wish to
We
question
wish-
you about... No, that's not me.
We wish to question you about something related to the case at hand.
Perfect, because I have a few questions of my own.
Instead of asking the question, I'll wait for you to press the button.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, have you seen this attorney's badge? Hey, please take a look at this.
That reminds us of when Dirk was still practicing law. So we see that lawyers in your country also present evidence, simply to gauge the other party's reaction when all else has failed. Do not presume to use such simplistic methods upon us.
Oh, this was my first tactic, actually. Sorry.
What? Okay, no, that just makes no sense.
I just like holding shit up, you know? Show and tell was always my best subject. My experience with adult speaking classes, like 101 speaking, was basically adult show and tell. That's kind of how I describe it.
That sounds enriching. We fear we do not fully comprehend what has transpired. So it is that we summoned you here to further
Elucidate.
Elucidate, that makes more sense. The situation. Oh, like, as in lucid, okay.
Yeah.
Is it true that our husband Inga had been seeking the Founder's Orb?
That's right. He wanted to trade a hostage for it. That's why he abducted Maya Fey. Insolent fool! Katonk. Ow. That is a lie, I say. Father would never have done such a thing. But he did abduct Maya. That much is... I will not stand here and listen to this nonsense. You will pay for this, you... Katonk, 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 pow hammer! Ow, please, your benevolence.
That is quite enough, Rayfa. We understand your feelings, but we fear he speaks the truth. For we believe we know why your father would do such a thing. I'm not even going to say my dead husband. I'm going to say your father. I've distanced myself from that guy.
Yeah, that's how you always know. That's like writing 101. Like, you can change how, like, parents feel about each other. Like, you can change, like, the angle of it based on if you say father or your father or something to that effect. It's like the distancing aspect.
We believe he was seeking the orb as a means of obtaining spiritual power. And with it, he intended to usurp the throne.
Mother. What do you mean, Your Eminence?
Inga was planning a coup, for he was dissatisfied with the current administration. And I mean, really? This is awesome. I don't know why he would be. And his secret police was the primary instrument of his treason.
The secret police. They came up during the High Priest's murder trial, too. An elite force under the direct command of the Minister of Justice. In this case, Inga. The man who was hunting down rebels as Lady Kira was a member of that group.
Indeed. Inga turned that once proud force into his own private army. You know, the secret police were awesome, you know, before then. You know, we just need to reform them.
Yeah, they
and
were
he
awesome.
intended on using them to launch a coup and assassinate us.
So Your Eminence had no control over them.
As much as it shames us to admit it, Kurain is not the unified realm it would appear to be.
No fucking shit.
We are truly sorry you have had to witness the dirty underbelly of our kingdom. Just this
Underbelly.
one
It's
thing.
it's the overbelly. What
the
the
rest
fuck are
is
you
great.
talking about?
The rest is great, of course.
How could father?
But know that Inga could not have become king simply through our assassination. For in Kurain, only those who possess spiritual power may sit on the throne.
I see. That explains why Minister Inga was seeking the Founder's Orb.
Barbed one, do you recall the man known as Peasleben Understanden? Remember that guy?
Unfortunately.
From the first trial?
What about him?
He too was involved in Inga's machinations.
I see we're taking the Investigations 2 approach, where everything's tied together.
Except for
Trial
case 2, that was
Yeah.
just weird, and the fourth one. We only care about odd numbers. Inga had bought his loyalty, ordered the man to steal the orb, and covered up the theft.
Then he sent the orb to the U.S. for Dr. Buff to study. It's all coming together.
You can tell my former husband was incompetent because he sent it across borders instead of just, like, having someone here do it. Ah, well.
Cough.
It's almost like he doesn't trust the intelligence of people in our kingdom. Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy. Do you guys have a collegiate system?
A what? The
Wait,
capture
you
of
need
the
to leave.
the capture of the infamous villain Dirk Sadmati. It may prove to be the crowning achievement of our reign. Now perhaps the kingdom may return to the peace it once knew.
Or you'll turn him into a martyr and it gets worse.
But never. Oh, what a joyous day.
Hail to Her Eminence Queen Garan, Grand Priestess of Kurain! Her Eminence, the spiritual power invoked a blessing straight from the Holy Mother! I could see how her cronies would be elated at the prospect. The Queen herself seems almost giddy for someone whose husband was just murdered. Father. Rayfa, on the other hand, doesn't appear to be taking it so well. What is she, like 15 or something? About that incident that occurred 23 years ago. The one in which Dirk was accused of assassinating Queen Amara.
Yes, he set fire to her private residence, burning my dear sister alive.
Murder by arson, huh?
Only a demon would be capable of such a heinous crime.
That event also set the stage for you to become the queen. What'd you do before you were crowned queen, Your Eminence?
As part of our training to be queen, we served in many different governmental positions. The longest of which was as the previous Minister of Justice. It was in that position that we were best able to support our elder sister, Queen Amara.
Wonderful. I like this idea of your kingdom in which the fucking legal system is also structured around the bloodline.
Yes,
Awesome.
of course. What else would it be? Silly American lawyer.
Interesting. That's what her husband's position was, or at least it was. And when you ascended to the throne, you passed the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. What prompted you to pass something like the DCA, Your Eminence?
The assassination of our dear sister, Amara. When the infamous villain Dirk Sadmati was apprehended, he announced that he would act as his own lawyer.
That's right. Dirk used to be a lawyer.
Dirk had been an extraordinarily talented lawyer, and highly esteemed by the people. But he falsified evidence in an attempt to win his own case.
I see.
But when the truth of his fabrications and the assassination of the Queen came to light, the people were devastated.
And
Trust in the
that's not
legal
me.
system plummeted.
Now, why does that sound so familiar? Yeah, I wonder. Ahahaha.
In Kurain, the Hall of Justice is a sacred space where victims receive their last rites. Should the people lose their faith in it, the kingdom would be shaken to its very core. That is why the Defense Culpability Act had to be passed. This is so much better. It was the only way to keep our legal system from tumbling into the abyss, which didn't happen. It's great.
Yeah, no, it didn't. Totally. It's not kangaroo court at all. So that's how you sought to eliminate the use of perjury and phony evidence, huh? That law is what made lawyers go extinct in your kingdom. Now there's no one left to defend those who have been accused.
We see how you could take issue with such a reality.
What do you mean you see?
However, we have not banned the act of lawyering itself. Those who are confident that they can prove their client's innocence are always welcome to mount a vigorous defense, as you yourself have shown.
Well, I guess so, but without lawyers, there's the possibility of false charges being filed and prosecuted.
So long as our prosecutors continue to run nothing but perfect trials, there needn't be fear of such nefarious dealings. Do you disagree?
Wouldn't the logical conclusion to this fucked up reality be also the Prosecution Culpability Act?
What? No. What?
So it's fair for both sides, so both the defense and the prosecutors have to face death depending on who loses.
But,
I mean,
well,
if you're just going to make it a fucking death game anyway, you might as well make it both sides.
Well, Barbed One, the problem with that is that no one would want to be a prosecutor, so then we wouldn't have any prosecutors. Do you see how that could be an issue? I know that it's a lot to comprehend, but...
Wow, I didn't think of it that way. Golly, it sure is a great thing. Perfect prosecutors and their perfect trials, huh? Let's not get started down this path. You'll make the game sound stupid. Yes, Edgeworth.
Ah, good internet. Furthermore, here in Kurain, we have the divination seance, which has never been wrong. And so it is we no longer need lawyers, for the dead do not lie. Except for that one time.
Well, in the short time I've been here, I've beaten back false charges twice. And I've found that cases built on the memories of the dead are less than perfect. So yes, I do take issue with the Defense Culpability Act, to say the least.
Oh, such relentless rhetoric. Your reputation precedes you, Barbed One.
Ho ho ho.
Merry
Barbed One.
Christmas.
You're not taking the Defense Culpability Act in its fairest way possible. The fuck
Wait,
is that?
Did you say Christmas?
Yes, we love Jesus Christ alongside the Holy Mother, had we not said this. It feels as if we ourselves were being cross-examined.
Like the cross atop the Christmas tree.
That's not how it goes. It's a star.
Some people put crosses on their Christmas trees.
Do they?
Oh no, that wasn't my intention. Yeah. Or like an angel.
It is... Excuse me. It is true that some feel that the Defense Culpability Act is a necessary evil at best. But it is a small sacrifice upon which the peace of our kingdom has been forged, if you ignore all the violence that happens to the people that get executed.
If you consider executing innocent lawyers a small sacrifice, then sure.
And I do. The fact is that following its passage, the crime rate here in Kurain dropped markedly.
This is like that shit in Japan where they're like, hey, we got a 99% fucking prosecuting rate.
I mean, that's literally what, like, inspired Ace Attorney is. They're like, hey, let's like metaphor how this is bullshit.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Therefore, we have no regrets concerning the enactment of the Defense Culpability Act.
Really? None at all. Right, why don't we leave it at that? This isn't a court of law, after all. Yeah.
About the Founder's Orb that was to be exchanged for the hostage. It went missing after the murder. Would you happen to know anything about that?
Why do you want it? It's missing. I'm sure Dirk had it with him when he went to the tomb. If it wasn't there, I have no idea where it could be, Your Eminence.
In that case, then perhaps Dirk has hidden it somewhere.
I'm really glad that nobody else has a Magatama but us.
Guards, check his butthole. Incidentally,
What do you mean, what?
Guards check his butthole.
Like, The last line was they were saying that someone had hidden an orb. So like,
Were they cheating at chess?
maybe.
That's the only thing you'll find up Phoenix's butthole. And
That's
Edgeworth will be very unhappy about it.
Incidentally, there is the matter of that horned youth you were with.
Oh, you mean Apollo?
From his odd hairstyle, may we assume him to be a relative? Perhaps your younger brother?
How many people do you think that about the game? No, you got it all wrong. He's Dirk's son. Oh, more like foster son. They're not actually related by blood.
Dirk? Royal Guard,
Yeah, sure, I'm in it.
how did the butthole checking go?
What's she whispering in that one guy's ear?
Huh, they said they're not doing that. That's so weird. Well, thank
Treason.
you for your time. The two of you may go now.
Yeah, sure, I'm in it. We'll be on our way. Okay, now what? Paul and Athena have the murder suspect investigation covered. So, a murder scene. Maybe we should go speak with the locals over at the bazaar. That's one swanky throne. I wouldn't mind taking a seat there myself. The jester and the crown. I imagine it'd make quite the interesting picture. You know, Edgeworth, I hate to say this, but you're absolutely right.
God, just fuck already.
Oh, we do. Oh boy,
Don
another
T.
tiger.
Gray.
What? Was that a lion? Oh, that caught me by surprise too when I first heard it. It's the cry of a local bird known as a warbad. A bird? That sounds like that? Sounds more like a beast than a bird, if you ask me. It's a form of mimicry. You know, to help protect them against predators and stuff. Yes, well, can't say I've heard one quite like that before. No, it's more than unusual. It's endangered. It's extremely rare to encounter one in the wild these days. It's so rare, then what's one doing out here in the middle of the bazaar? Got me. Maybe it's got something to do with it being its national bird. Tuh! Is that a gunshot? Har, 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 har. Starting at PW?
I just killed that fucking bird.
Whoa, what was that? Gats! He has like firecrackers. Let a fine dragon's newest weapon. I call these puppies dragon snot snaps. Uh-huh. And you need those why? Because our hard work's starting to pay off. Thanks to our TV signal hijacking and stuff, more and more people are joining our cause. I'm glad this bazaar is always so empty so no one hears our fucking open dialogue about treason.
Yeah.
But on account of that, the regime's been cracking down on us real tough-like. Yeah, there's a lot going on lately. They can say that again. I mean, what with the high priest's fake murder shot / suicide? People are calling it the DCA tragedy, and it's causing real public uproar. Hopefully this means Tarras's death won't be in vain after all. So how exactly is a handful of firecrackers going to help you guys anyway? Simple. First sublime to our fellow rebels. Then we use them as a diversion when we need to shake Karan's goons. Huh? Like this. Whoa. Cut that out. Not with the regime. I'm not chasing you. Your reaction. That's precious, PW. Guess I started the warbot too. It's a miracle no one's trying to arrest him while he's too busy laughing. You there.
Good call.
You are one of those insurgents, are you not? Yikes! Take that! And he's gone. Those firecrackers are more useful than I thought. Barbed head. Your benevolence. What can I do for you? I wanted to speak with you. About what my mother said. I do not believe a word of it. My father could not have been planning a coup. Well, I can understand why you'd feel like that, but It was a setup. Someone must have been plotting against them. How do you know that? I just do, because the Holy Mother guides me. As a royal priestess, I must uncover the truth for all to see. Huh. Maybe this is just how Rayfa expresses her sense of duty? Or grief? Denial? You're investigating this matter, are you not? Then rejoice, for I shall accompany you and bestow upon the royal priestess's wisdom. That's the best news I've heard all day, your benevolence. Oh, we dare get in her way with Rayfa by our side. We humbly accept your offer, don't we, Edgeworth? As you wish, Wright. Excellent. Then let's begin with my father's private quarters. We shall be able to find some clues there. I shall expose his false charge for what it is, if it's the last thing I do. Could it be? There's a reason she's so defensive about Inga's because she's a daddy's girl. Is no one able to just process the fact that a child's, like, father died? Like, what the... Japan, what the fuck are you doing?
That one is a little weird, you're right.
Barbed head, let's not waste any time. My father's private quarters are located within the royal residence. He's dead, by the way. Now follow me. Oh, wait. Hell, she's sure in a hurry. Alright, the minister's private quarters may hold evidence related to his murder as well. Yeah, maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. Rayfa's awfully fired up. I just hope she'll be ready for the truth we find. After all, it's hard to believe that Inga was not in full control of the whole affair.
I mean, he did die. Like, that is a pretty major thing to have. I would argue that if you die in a situation, you probably weren't in full control of the situation. Because even if it's a suicide, like, you know, presumably if someone's doing that, it's because they don't like their situation. Which means they're not in full control of their damn situation.
Am I allowed to just look around the tomb with these two idiots?
Apparently so.
Paul and Athena are already working in this area. As for that, I should try someplace. Oh, okay.
Okay.
They don't want to write a bunch of dialogue. Fair enough.
Yeah, sure.
Am I
I'm surprised
supposed
they
to go
even
to
let you come here.
Yeah.
The royal residence.
Ah. Hello again.
Hello. Alright, bye.
Guards, why'd you just let him in?
This is such an interesting part of the walkthrough here, okay? Usually the walkthrough is very just like normal, but like it just says like, you know, what's happening. But here it gets a little cute. For this section it says Edgeworth is now your companion, end parentheses. That's cute. They should do that. They should be like that more often.
Now, if we could figure out which of these building houses Inga's private quarters, that's where we'll find Rayfa. Alright, which one do you think it is?
I know which one it is.
Alright, do you think it's the one made of solid gold? The other one made of solid gold that's fucking huge. Little baby one, or it's probably that one. Garan Palace, the heart of the kingdom's government and religion. Yes, the two are inseparably intertwined here in Korean. Religious beliefs as its people touch every aspect of their lives, including legal affairs. Right, like how they can meet with spirits in court. I suppose Koreanism is the glue that binds their faith, law, and politics together. It may seem strange to foreigners like us, but for them it's perfectly natural. This one, I guess? Amara's tomb. Is it literally just this one? Now, that's what I call an extravagant exterior. Is this where Inga's private quarters are? Watch your step, right? That urn's been knocked over, spilling water everywhere. Yeah, the ground's soaked. I wonder who did this. Think someone's in there. Father. Is that Princess Rayfa? There were still so many things I wish to tell you. She must have been a daddy's girl. That's what it must have been. She always puts on such a brave face. By hearing her crying all alone, I can't help but think of Trucy. Father. Princess Rayfa, are you in there? Just a moment, I'll be right out. I see you are finally here. Well, let us commence our investigation, shall we? Your benevolence? Maybe you should rest for a minute first? You were eavesdropping on me, weren't you? No, I mean, yeah, sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. It wasn't like I was spying on you or anything. You stupid barbed head. Tonk. Ow. You could have feigned ignorance. It's as if your brain-to-mouth filter shuts off the moment you step out of the courtroom. It turns on when he enters? Ugh, I'm not that bad, Edgeworth. Anyway, what took you so long? I thought you would never get here. You have a lot of nerve keeping the Crown Princess waiting. Oh, sorry? This is my father's residence. I have already unlocked it so you can go right in. Oh, and be careful. Some dingbat dog got in the courtyard and spilled water over there. A dingbat dog? That's right. The yappy mutt spilled a whole urn's worth. I wonder how it got into this area. Do you know what it looked like? I have better things to do than to memorize what some stray dog looks like. Anyway, if it's not worth talking about, let's search my father's room, shall we? I really hope she's alright. I hope it's Shadow. Basketball.
Basketball.
That's all Shadow's gonna be known for nowadays.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe to most people, but I am a premier Sonic the Hedgehog fan. So when I think of Shadow, Basketball is like not even top 4.
Top 5 though, probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Can you imagine an alternate reality in which Shadow the Hedgehog on the GameCube / PlayStation / whatever the fuck else it was on was like really fucking good and was like a GameCube classic? Everyone was just like, please, come on, port Shadow the Hedgehog instead of fucking GX or Thousand Year Door.
I actually never played that.
I've
seen it through the fan dub, so I kind of know what the plot is a little, but
it's a fascinating game. It's not awful. It's like if you removed all the bonus features from Adventure and like the good level design and just really any of the comedy. It's just awful.
I tried to play Sonic Heroes a bit ago, but there was like this one level that I literally couldn't figure out how the devs think it's possible to beat, and I just stopped.
Fair enough. I've heard a lot of good things about Heroes, especially the music.
Yeah, music's good. Yeah.
What a mess. You can definitely tell a guy used to live in this room. What the fuck, Phoenix? I guess Inga and I had at least that much in common.
Things they had in common. They were men. Great, they matched 49.9% of the population. It was wow.
But the staff keeps getting in the way. Nana? Even Nana's abandoned me. Oh. Huh? Where's Nana? Normally, we really need a flashback for this. I guess she doesn't have the bars. Bad reception in this area. That's right. Nana is dead. Nana is what? Oh well, you barbed head, come hold this staff for me. Why me? Just take it. It's too heavy and I'm tired of holding it. How does Nana put up with this day in, day out? Yeah, I'll just set it over here for now. Could you imagine if you made Sam like this? Malcolm!
Oh, God.
Hold
No,
my
that is
sword.
literally the opposite.
It's so cursed. It would be something like, here, Sam, let me take that sword. No, it's mine.
You gotta do like a bit where everyone meets like their opposite timeline self. And she's just horrified.
Sam gets hit with like a boulder, or, like in the head with a rock, and she just completely reverts to something else entirely.
It'd be really funny if like I mean this isn't the case for the character, but it would be funny if she was like that and just did a 180 growing up.
I think she would have gotten there by now. It's a syringe and a vial. These were for my father's back pain. He said it really helped when the pain was particularly unbearable. It was that bad, huh? Sounds like something else you two have in common. You must have been injecting some sort of painkiller directly into his back, then. Yes, my father said this back pain could knock him off his feet. I know the feeling. I've experienced some pretty severe back pain on my own. Well, we can't have you throwing your back out in court, so why don't you take a vial? Oh, no thanks. Your body builds up a tolerance to that sort of thing. Also, I'm pretty sure sharing needles is, like, really bad.
And then Edgeworth is like, actually, usually his back is blown out outside of court.
I thought you didn't want them. I'm going straight to a chiropractor as soon as I get home. Maybe that's why there's not a Phoenix Wright 7. Phoenix blew out his back.
Yeah.
This notepad must have belonged to Inga. Let's see. I guess Apollo had to deal with the trauma of Athena getting
the trauma
killed.
of new backstory every year.
That, and Athena has to deal with the trauma of being dead. So, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that, actually.
That's strange. These appear to be notes detailing people's most prominent characteristics. Pink necktie. Pink necktie? Does Phoenix have a pink necktie?
Guess so.
Hey, there's even some stuff about me in here. Why would he bother doing this? I'm afraid even I cannot answer that. Whatever the reason, it's gave me a case of the heebie-jeebies. I might have to do that if I was in a position of power, because I'm so fucking bad with names and faces. It's as though he was taking down descriptions of people over the phone. That's what it reminds me of, anyway. What a brilliant deduction. One fitting of a chief prosecutor such as yourself. I commend you. That's high praise coming from you, your benevolence. Edgeworth's right, they do look like dictation notes, but... I don't know. I mean, why bother describing Nana, who we must see every day? Maybe they're assassination notes. So he's like, this is the person who I want you to hit. And then, like, he gives them their description. Something like that. This chair looks like it was modeled after Inga's suit jacket. Or maybe he's blind. I don't fucking know. Probably not blind. The backrest even has those fancy buttons of his. Imagine they make the chair awfully uncomfortable to sit on. Actually, it's sure to massage the pressure points on his back. My father suffered from terrible back pain, you see. I wonder if it really works. Is that a can of silly spray? What's this? Jesus Labelle.
Jesui.
Never thought I'd see this brand again. It appears to be a sample of some sort of spray-on hair color. Color, jet black. Wonder if Inga was going gray. Here, Edgeworth, maybe you can use it. My hair is naturally gray, asshole. I like my natural hair color just fine, thank you very much.
I think that's like the brand from the fucking killer in the Dual Destinies yokai case.
I barely remember that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That case isn't really good.
It's okay. As the Filch guy, he's kind of funny. His desk is crammed full of documents. They appear to be paperwork for executions. But for this many cases? Indeed. Something is rotten in the kingdom of Kureen. This one dates back to 5 years ago. Something tells me he simply kept putting them off because he hates doing paperwork. I don't know, he was smashing paperwork left and right. He was slamming them
Yeah,
right in
so
front
much
of us.
so much for a low crime rate.
This is most likely a special ink pad for the Justice Minister's stamp. His insignia is carved big and bold right in the lid. Talk about overkill. Did he really have to mark everything he owned? That's one luxurious and comfy looking bed. I've slept on nothing but hard floors since coming to Korean. Can't wait to sleep in a nice soft bed again. Then take it. It's yours if you wish. We'll have to clean this room out anyway, now that my father's gone. But don't you want to keep all these things as a memento of your father? Besides, I don't need his spirit haunting me late at night. Phoenix, dude! Come on!
It's easy to forget that Phoenix has a kid.
It's easy to forget that Phoenix has ever interacted with another human being.
Yeah, yeah.
Sam, look what I found. What is it? What is it? Look, this belonged to your mother. We should throw this away. Why? We don't want you to be haunted by your mother's spirit.
That's exactly what I want.
Do you suppose if I slept on it, I could see my father once more? Princess Rayfa. I honestly don't know how to answer that. I don't know how I answered in the first place.
I mean, you would see him because there's this giant statue of him. So if you're like facing that when you go to sleep, and when you wake up, there he is.
Yeah, that is one gaudy sculpture. My father sculpted it himself from a block of solid gold. That's not
If that were true though, that would literally be worth like it just in raw gold. That would be worth like 100 million easy.
Oh, this shit would be worth a fuck ton. Not to mention, gold is heavy as shit.
Uh-huh.
A block of solid gold. Fucking Minecraft. Steve. Why does it not surprise me that he was also a narcissist? Haha, it's pretty detailed. He even included that personal stamp of his. Yeah, his stamp's a little loose. Look, there's a secret safe inside. Oh my, to think such a thing was here all this time. Rats. Looks like we'll need the combination to get in. Can't open this without the combination, but I doubt Princess Rayfa would know it. Now, am I gonna let me try? Well, if you can't open it, we can't open it. For now, let's continue our investigation and come back to the still mud later. This is like a frat house where he keeps all his bottles on the fucking wall.
Mm-hmm.
What's the left? I can't activate my detective vision. Apparently the carpet. There's some muddy shoe prints here, come to think of it. There was some spilled water by the entrance. Somebody must have stepped in it before coming in here. And didn't even bother wiping their feet. They're really smart. They're already drying. That means they're at least several hours old. Then somebody must have been in here today in the early afternoon. For our servants clean this room each day. Here in Korean, we have a saying, leave not today's untidiness to the morrow. Mine is, why clean up today what you can leave for tomorrow? What is today but yesterday's tomorrow? Ha. Is that something? No.
I don't actually know what you're missing. There should be a automated thing. Is it the globe? No.
Maybe I'm blind.
Hold on. Da-da-da.
Is that a thing? Oh, the door knockers.
Oh, did you? No, yeah, you did the ink pad with the insignia. You did the syringe. You did the chair. You did the notepad. You did the gold bus. You did the bed. You did the bottle.
I guess I have to talk.
Oh yeah, I guess you have to talk.
Barbed head, I, the royal priestess of Corrine, shall share my thoughts on the abduction.
You will?
Listen carefully, for such opportunities do not come often.
Yeah, of course. We'd be grateful to hear anything you'd like to share.
My father was very likely seeking to obtain the Founder's Orb. But it was not for the purpose of a coup d'etat. It was all for my sake.
For your sake.
The Founder's Orb is capable of bestowing great spiritual power. My father truly believed that. And he wanted the power to be mine alone. I haven't finished my training and I still can't channel spirits. He was doing it for me.
Yeah, right. I see.
Well, do you understand why he did it now?
I do, but it doesn't really change the fact that Minister Inga was a kidnapper. But I guess you don't believe he is, do you?
New information is sure to surface upon further investigation. Suffice to say, he did this all for me. End of story.
Was he really trying to obtain the orb for Rayfa? Somehow I doubt it. Speaking of powers, I wonder if Rayfa will be performing the divination seance tomorrow. I should probably ask her about that. Hey, what's the deal with Nana, by the way? Is she dead? Did you lose another of your guardians? But once I noticed Nana isn't with you today.
She has run sick. I know not where she has gone. I have not spoken with her since this morning. I assume she must be quite busy today. I did catch a glimpse of her a little after 2 o'clock. I tried calling out to her. She went off somewhere again.
A little after 2. That's about an hour before the murder.
Indeed. Of all the times for this to happen.
What if Nana's the murderer?
Just fucking killed him. She normally comes to me the moment I call her name.
No, it's hard to believe, but even nannies have lives, you know. Your ability to find her after the murder is slightly alarming. I wonder if her absence is related to today's incident somehow.
Do you think she was unwittingly caught up in them?
Who knows? At the very least, I don't think she was at the scene of the crime.
Nana, I hope she's alright.
I mean, she can cha-cha real smooth really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she could have done the kill and then, like, slid out there before the guards showed up.
BLJ'd into a QPU.
Separate, yeah.
Yeah.
Went through the wall. You know, that fucking tomb could definitely be a BLJ spot. Oh, totally. That's totally what she did.
Yeah, yeah.
Rayfa seems really worried about Nana.
I take it you'll be conducting tomorrow's divination seance?
Who else if not I?
Good point. The thing is, divination seances are about the victims exposed in their final moments. About what they experience in their final moments. So tomorrow, Rayfa will experience her own father's death exactly as it happened. That worked really well for Athena. That's more than anyone should ever have to deal with. Do you really have to go through with the seance tomorrow? There's really no one else? What about just, you know, calling the whole thing off?
It's not as if I'm doing this because I want to.
No.
Never mind. I misspoke. The divination seance is a very important duty of the royal priestess. And it is one I intend to fulfill.
There's that word, duty. Duty.
Your benevolence. As crown princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein.
I wonder if I'm even up to the task.
Performing the divination seance is very important for a priestess. But duty or not, it's a heavy burden for someone so young. Even worse, she'll be forced to watch her father's murder.
Will it be a weight too heavy for her to bear? Your benevolence, has Nana served you long? Yes, she has been at my beck and call for as long as I remember. I have heard she even cared for me as an infant, right down to changing my diapers. Your diapers? Almost sounds like she could be your mother. Indeed, but that is a simple fact of life when your mother is busy being queen. Nana takes care of my every need. She is my teacher in all things as well. Rayfa's pool of knowledge seems rather lopsided in some respects. Could that be the result of Nana's teachings? Nana, could it be that my trusted attendant has come to dislike me? Now that I think about it, perhaps I've been acting rather spoiled as of late. Oh, I'm sure she'll be back. Yes, I suppose Nana would never truly abandon me. Upon her return, I will do something nice for her. Perhaps she'd like a shoulder massage. And yet, I can't shake the feeling that Nana's connected to this case in some way. Yeah, I'm really beginning to wonder what's inside that safe. Any idea what the combination might be, your benevolence? None whatsoever. Looks like a 4-digit combo lock, so maybe it's a date? It's probably not anything that would be easy to guess. Let's just try some dates and see what happens. I wonder what date Inca would use as a combination. When's your birthday, your benevolence? You were wasting your time. It could not possibly be my birthday. Ah, come on, it's worth a shot. Fine, it's December 24th. Christmas Eve? That's Christmas Eve. Fuck, what's the quote?
It almost Christmas meant it wasn't Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas Eve, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 2, 4. Ah! It opened. It did. Yep, and it looks like the bottom safe was a fake. Something meant to mislead you would be thieves, no doubt. What?
Basically it made it look like the important shit was in the bottom part.
Oh. I guess you could steal the bottom part or like blow it up or what?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, if I'm a thief, I don't care what's inside the safe. I'm just taking the fucking solid gold statue.
Yeah. I mean,
Which also happens to be the top part.
Although, I don't know, you probably couldn't, like, carry that. If that was actually solid gold, you could not
no, what
carry
have I
that
done?
shit.
I got super punished.
What do you mean?
I opened Steam Big Picture mode.
How did you accidentally do that?
Oh, PlayStation buttons have a button where it literally just opens.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, is this going to be the power for... Yeah. No, don't do that. Yeah, exit Big Picture mode. Why is, like, the first option for, like, the setting button to close your computer versus exiting Steam Big Picture mode?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Something meant to mislead would be thieves, no doubt. Still is rendered quite ineffective by its use of such an easily guessed combination. Why, Father? Why my birthday? Hey, look, I have a badge. Remove that vile badge from my sight. If you insist on tormenting me, I'll take matters into my own hands. Hey, don't bite it. It's much harder than I thought. What did you think it's made of? She actually bit his badge. Alright. Barbed head. First you make me wait, and now you're simply going to leave. Guess I should stay put for a while. Alright, fine. We'll examine what's in this safe. Okay, let's see what's in here. This looks like a letter or something. Let's see. Dear Father, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. You're always so kind and I love you very much. I hope you live to be 100 years old. Love, Rayfa. I wrote this to my father when I was 8 years old. That's a very specific thing to remember. Father, why would you hold on to something so childish and stupid?
Well, there's some other papers in here. Ah. This is the plan for his coup d'etat.
This is like such a stupid plan to write down because like you don't need to remember that. Like you can just remember that's a very basic plan. You don't even what was the plan again? Oh right, I was gonna use poison. Oh I forgot. Oh I forgot.
Could you
I had
ever
secret
imagine a
police.
document that says, I'm going to use the secret police to keep a close watch?
So
This is like some Donald Trump shit.
actually, that's a good point.
And this is when we use the secret
I'm going to
police.
use the best poison you've never seen.
It'll be the best poison, American poison. You never seen this poison before. We're talking badly poisoned. Can't
Oh,
cure
God.
this with a lumberry. Wait, it cured it with a lumberry. Alright, we toxic them again. I use rest. Well, that fuck. Alright, 2 free turns. I can't poison them while they're asleep. They just rest talked belly drum. I'm fucked. What? Give me that. I don't understand. It was squeezed between my macaroni art I made when I was 6 years old. Seems Justice Minister Ingle was plotting the assassination of the Queen in the most childish way possible.
To be fair, it was alongside her, her birthday wish and her macaroni art.
Maybe Rayfa made the fucking note. I made this threat when I was 10 years old. This can't be true. Father would never harm mother.
We haven't seen Athena in a while. Do you think she finally kicked the bucket?
She's at least on. She could run for a little bit,
Okay.
She's got some legs on her. Poor Rayfa. This has to come to such a terrible shock. What's this? There's a photo in here, too. It's of a woman and a baby. I wonder who they are. On the far left, there's a law book with the mark of the Defiant Dragons branded on it. Wait, that's... Your benevolence? How can this be? Princess Rayfa! She's looking incredibly pale. Your benevolence? Are you alright? Alright? How can I be alright? Huh? All that I have believed. It was all lies. I'm afraid I don't follow. What the heck's she talking about? Hey, can I ask who this woman in this picture is? How should I know? It seems I didn't know anything that was going on. Doesn't look like I'm going to get much out of her while she's like this. I mean, judging by the appearance alone, that has to be Nayuta's mother. And if that's Nayuta's mother, or maybe like his... So...
Honestly,
that's
kind
the
of,
queen, which means
honestly,
that she's like...
honestly kind of a MILF.
Oh yeah, she's pretty, yes. But she died 23 years ago. Unless she didn't die 23 years ago, and that was all a lie. And she lived for a little bit longer. Or Nayuta has a much older sister. And
That'd be
that
hot.
yeah. Not like much older, but like maybe 12 years older at least.
That's not.
37?
I mean,
You look like that
mean,
at 37. I mean, oh yeah, I guess back then he wouldn't have been 25, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the queen.
That said, you postulated the idea that Nahida currently has a 37-year-old sister, and I think I went lightheaded. So.
Yeah. I don't think he has any relatives except for Apollo, who's not really his relative. They're,
I mean,
just
they're not blood
stepbrothers.
relatives.
Yeah.
Mother.
Hmm?
I must ask my mother about the secret she's hiding.
Hey, what secret?
I must go. Goodbye. My people need me.
Wait.
What was that all about? It's like her mind was off somewhere else.
It appears this photo really upset her. I wonder who the lady in this picture is.
Stop! Shadow, come back here!
Wait, that sounds like I'll be in shadow. That's odd. Commoners aren't normally allowed in this area. Oh, well, it's a foot. You don't know what a foot is, Edgeworth?
That's the thing of your fucking legs, you idiot.
What is a foot?
A miserable little pile of secrets!
Mr. Sandman.
Was that what you're doing there?
No, I was doing bloody tears.
Oh, okay. Yo! Ah, Edgeworth! I hope one of you has a good explanation for this.
Ah! I'm so sorry!
Hi, Albie.
No, Shadow, bad dog, leave the man's frilly thingamajig alone!
Kick his ass, he deserves it. If you would kindly detach your dog from my cravat.
Right away, sir. Just hold still and...
And... Stop pulling like that, you only stretch the fabric!
Come on, Shadow, let go of his cravatchamacallit. This isn't working. I'll just have to pull harder then. 1, 2,
Wait, what are you...
3!
I don't think Edgeworth has ever looked any different than, like, that one time when he was a child, so this will be really exciting if, like, it just rips off his shirt and he's just, like, sexy Squidward.
Come on!
No! I need air! Okay, it wasn't that exciting. Were you trying to kill me?
I'm really sorry, mister. My dog has a habit of attacking frilly things like that.
Maybe for his sake, he should stick more to traditional targets like cars or his tail.
What's worse, he snuck in here again today and stole some weird-looking hat.
Is that Nana's hat? Or is that the Queen's hat?
I don't know what to do anymore. Bad dog, you're a very bad dog.
Wait a second, I've seen that hat before. Hey look, it's my attorney's badge.
Oh, that's an attorney's badge from you. Wait! Oh, Mr. Wright, I didn't see you there. Remember how last time we were talking, like, I hated you? I still do. Go fuck yourself. I've studied all about it. Allow me to explain.
Wait, I missed that. I forgot that.
Yeah, last time they talked, we had them arguing.
I forgot why.
I don't know why they were arguing. I just know they were arguing. There's a reason why the badge is shaped like a sunflower. I think this might be a repeat. You know how sunflowers always turn to face the sun, the source of their well-being? The lawyers are like that.
Okay. Can I stab him with a needle?
No.
What do you know about this, Albie?
Sorry, I don't know anything about that. I'm the worst tour guide ever.
No, it's my fault for randomly whipping it out and asking you about
You
it.
did fucking what? You fucking weirdo. Don't worry, I'll study hard, so I'll be ready to answer all your questions next time. Except
Now I
about
feel
that
like
thing.
a jerk for whipping it out. Dear God. That's why he was angry at me. Albie, could I see that hat again?
Sure.
Wait, isn't this... Isn't this Nana's hat? It was Nana's hat. But I thought she disappeared.
Shadow swiped it from someone.
Albie, how exactly did Shadow get this?
Allow me to let me explain. It all started while we were on a walk through the bazaar today, when suddenly Dats popped out of a manhole.
I love how Datch just keeps appearing like an asshole. Ha!
Whoa!
The fangs of the defiant dragons! Ha! That's horrible is here! So you want to join a cause, kid?
Huh? Oh, wait. That's still Dats.
Naturally, I was super startled by that weirdo's sudden appearance.
Back! Dog of the Garan regime! Huh? But this is my dog.
Wait, no, they just fucked up when they wrote this.
Huh? But this is my dog, Shadow!
No, he's not!
Defiant Dragon's secret weapon, Dragon Snot Snaps!
That's my dog.
Achoo!
Why'd you say it's my dog? What the fuck is wrong with you?
We killed him.
This guy's gonna steal my dog?
I killed a kid! Oh man, the look in your face, that was classic!
The sudden bang of the firecracker spooked Shadow and he ran off into the crowds. I had to go make sure Dats Horrible didn't steal my dog like he said he was gonna.
That's my dog!
No, it isn't. Shadow, come back here.
I stole your dog! That'll teach you, Garan! Lapdog. You lerp, what do you think you're doing? Ack! Not good! It's the only British-sounding police officer in the entire country! Alright, get on with you.
That's when a British-sounding policeman came running over and hauled Dats away. That happened right around 2 p.m., if I remember correctly.
I'm not even going to pretend I know what Dats is trying to do.
I chased right after Shadow, and when I finally caught up to him here in the palace courtyard, he had this in his mouth.
2 p.m., huh? That's about an hour before the minister's death. Nana supposedly went missing after the murder. You know what happened to Shadow? Phoenix, like, fucked him up. Like, it was like, here, Shadow, sniff this and go find it. And we turned him into a bloodhound.
Yeah.
Now he can't help himself anymore. But this would place her here in the palace at around 2. Yeah.
Actually, I just remembered I saw something pretty amazing around that time, too.
Something amazing. So, Albie, what was it you saw that was so amazing?
I saw Her Eminence Queen Garan channeling a spirit.
Is it really that big of a deal to see her channeling somebody?
You bet it is. Commoners are never allowed to behold the sacred rite.
And she does it while completely naked. What?
Did you know that her hole is also hairless?
You can tell my meds have run out when I say shit like that, and my filter does not go, hey, Emily, don't say that.
Oh, can you tell me more?
Okay. I'm always happy to explain.
Let me explain.
I'm not continuing the bit. I'm not.
No.
We're gonna
it's
push
okay.
that done.
It's okay.
I believe it was around 2:10 p.m. today. I got lost on the palace grounds while looking for Shadow. Oh, what is this place? Gives me the creeps. Where could Shadow have gone? In my search, I took a peek into a small room, and that's when I saw Queen Garan. Fully clothed, like I said. She was channeling a spirit for a neighboring kingdom's king.
I was just fucking with you, Phoenix, because I hate you.
It's not a joke. It's a perfect comedic timing because I had already forgotten again about that.
I saw her transform right before my eyes. I was so excited I had to take a picture of it.
You took a picture.
I know I shouldn't have, but I just couldn't help myself.
Between this and the treasure room, Albi's not exactly the picture of self-restraint. It's like he's a child or something.
Her channeling right ended right after that, so I ran off before anyone could spot me.
You could have been arrested again, you know. And this time I wouldn't have defended you.
Why the fuck not? Yeah, I know.
Because I hate you. Yeah, I know.
Anyway, here's a copy of the picture. Just don't tell anyone I was the one who took it, or I'll fucking kill you.
I worry about his future sometimes.
And I worry about yours, fuck ass.
Channeling photo added into the card record. Come to think of it, how'd you and Shadow get into the royal residence anyway? It's not open to commoners after all.
Allow me to explain. Up yours. There's a way to get into the palace from the bazaar. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, though. Shadow can easily fit, but anyone bigger than me is out of luck.
You don't say.
Yeah, part of the palace wall is damaged, and there's a hole I can just make it through.
Go on.
Bet you didn't know they have some really tasty food here.
Oh, then this isn't your first time in here, huh? Trespassing's illegal, you know.
No, it's not like that. I didn't mean any harm. It's just... I want to help change this kingdom.
What do you mean?
Well, after Miss Faye's trial, I started thinking, like maybe there was something I could do to help the revolution too.
Maya's trial, huh? That tragedy happened because of how twisted Korean's legal system has become. That's why. Just the legal system is messed up.
How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime. Yet, had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense, and when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself had she been convicted because of that fiendish man.
This cannot be. All I've done under the law of our kingdom has all been...
The DC Act led to the false charges against Maya and the High Priest's suicide. But that trial has also caused the public to start questioning the current state of things. And it seems even Albi has some pretty strong feelings on the matter.
I knew there had to be something I could do to help. That's when I remembered the hole in the palace wall and started thinking. Maybe I could sneak in and take a picture of one of the royals up to no good. I just want to do my part.
The spirit of revolution seems to be catching on, even with one so young. Right, the momentum is steadily building, and the tipping point is fast approaching. You don't think the firebombing was the tipping point? It's just a matter of when.
Speaking of firebombing, think fucking fast, Mr. Wright.
I agree, and the public's perception of the Fine Dragon seems to be changing too. But Albi...
Oh, my firebombs were duds, sorry.
Yeah, also it wasn't a firebomb. It was a fucking balloon with water in it that said firebomb on it. What are you, a dumbass kid?
Isn't that hilarious? Now your suit's wet.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking funny, Albi. Can't go trespassing like that, even if it's for a good cause. It's not right.
Okay, I won't do it again. I understand. The law should never be broken.
Albi, is that really all you have to confess? You haven't been up to any other mischief? When I say you, I mean Shadow. And when I say you, I mean save the game before mischief
Good
happens.
Good call.
Huh? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice try, Albi, but the proof is literally right in front of us. You can't examine him.
You gotta examine something, though.
Oh, the pot, yeah. Oh, but you wouldn't happen to know how this urn got knocked over, would you?
Ah!
What is it with children and knocking over urns in this series?
because her benevolence told me something rather interesting. Be careful, some dingbat dog got in the courtyard and spilled waste and water over there. A dingbat dog.
Waste in that pot? Yes,
Yes.
my father had a bedpan, and instead of emptying it into the sewer system, he would empty it into a jar outside of his house.
You know.
It's a normal thing that my normal father did normally.
I'm very nostalgic about it. I'd walk
do
for
it
my
too.
morning walk and be like, hello, father. And he'd be like, hello, Rayfa.
God. He does it out. I thought he would just transfer the bedpan, but okay.
No, it's where he reads his morning newspaper.
Gotcha. That's the outdoor toilet, really.
Yeah, there it is. Finally, I knew
There it
we'd
is.
come back to it. It all wraps around. That dingbat dog she mentioned wouldn't happen to be Shadow, would it?
Call my dog that again and I'll kill you. I guess the dog's out of the bag. Do you get it? Do you get it? Sorry, I lied. But I was worried I'd get in trouble. I know I shouldn't lie to a lawyer like that.
No, it's not good to lie to anyone like that, so let's try to only tell the truth, okay, Albie?
Oh, Mr. Wright, I almost forgot. I saw a couple of Americans a moment ago. That fucking sucked. I hate Americans.
Yeah, don't we all?
They had really weird haircuts, so I thought they might be friends of yours.
Fuck do you mean weird haircuts? Everyone has weird haircuts in this universe.
That's a real line, Allie. That's a real line.
Really now,
That what he meant was, I saw protagonist haircuts, and you're a protagonist, so clearly you know each other.
Seems your little friend thinks of all of us Americans have strange hairstyles. I suppose we have you to thank for that, right? What do you mean? So what exactly did their hair look like?
Yeah, they did say this on American, but like Edgeworth, in this canon, the localized version, Edgeworth is American.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
Japanifornians.
Well, yeah, but when they localized the original Ace Attorney, they made it California.
How much do you
And-
think they regret the first game? They're just like, we're gonna make it America so it'll sell better. Then it sold just fine. They're like, shit. Well, it's America forever now. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy actually was just like, fuck it. We'll just renumber them.
It is about like Japan's fucked up legal system, Allie, but the localizers are like, Americans want to play a game about America. There was a guy with 2 crops of hair sticking out of his forehead like antennae.
By the way, the first fucking game had
That's a
samurai
real
in it.
line, yeah. Then there was this lady with a long bunch of hair that looked like a big orange spider leg, and she was getting chased down by a bunch of cops who were talking about how they were gonna take her kidney. I don't really know what that was, but she seemed pretty scared.
Oh, that sounds like Apollo and Athena. Somehow I dragged that out of what you were saying. What were they doing?
They were racing through the bazaar. 'Cause she was getting. I swear to fucking God, I forgot that was what was happening. It's a Crown Royal Guard in hot pursuit.
God, I knew it would come back to her. Edgeworth, are you sure you can't write the girl up a fucking, like, fake passport? Or a real one? I'm afraid I cannot do that, right? Wait, what? Why were they being pursued? I'm not sure, but I have my suspicions. I just hope they're alright.
One of them will be. Sorry for not mentioning it before. It just kind of slipped my mind.
To be continued?
And that's a good place to save and...
Yeah. That could have been 20 minutes, but we turned it to an hour. It's okay. I actually have a lot of fun with these episodes because the banter is so fucking stupid. Anyway, it's good times.
It's interesting to like. It's interesting to reflect and think about which bits make it to like the next episode, because like sometimes we say a stupid bit and it doesn't get called back again.
I don't think the outdoor toilet's going to get recalled, but I
Yeah,
bet
that's the thing.
I bet the kidney's going to get recalled.
The kidney is gonna like final episode. I mean,
Albie's
that
going to
has
be
the
hating me
staying
until
power.
I die.
That is the staying power of K Faraday Grimace Shake, I think.
Yeah. The staying power of K Faraday Grimace Shake. Go into like a Phoenix Wright Reddit and just type that, and everyone will look at you like you're fucking insane.
Uh-huh.
Off your nut. Yeah, K Faraday Grimace Shake.
The staying
bit.
power, yeah. Okay, I gotta head. So,
Bye bye.
see ya.